This video is a follow-up from a previous video looking at PNG files. What we're going to do is look at the difference between a PNG and a JPEG and how to create a PNG file. So let's quickly create an image. I'm going to open an image somewhere. There you go. So what I could do literally is take that with the circular masking tool, and then I'm just going to go back onto the layers panel, go to the select, invert. I'm going to get rid of the invert and find the cropping tool. Okay, that, so we've got a cropped image there. Now let's save that. Now I might need to export it in this particular program. So I'm going to call it the I1, and then it's got to have its prefix, which is .jpg. Where am I placing it? I'll place it on the desktop, and that just to make sure that it's definitely a JPEG. I've clicked on that. This is just to create the JPEG really. Not too bothered about this, it's dialogues for various other bits of things. So we'll export that now. So I'm now going to create a new file. Like that. Just so we know that where things stand. I'm just going to make that a different coloured background, and now I'm going to place this JPEG image into, where would it be? There it is. I'll just scale it down a little bit. So as you can see, the background, which we can see in the layer, is red, and the image, which is a JPEG, you can't see the background because it's already got a background. That's what a JPEG is. Going to bring it to that kind of size. So we're at a stage where we've got a JPEG image sitting on top of a background. That's the red background. This is a JPEG image that we've produced or installed into the page itself. So how do we get a PNG, and what's the advantage of a PNG? Let's now make a copy of that because we're going to keep everything on this page. So I'm going to go up to the layer here, and that's what this one is. I'm going to duplicate that layer. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the move tool. I'm going to move it over there. So we've got two separate copies of the same image. I'm now going to make adjustments to this image. You don't have to make copies when you're making a proper image, but I'm just showing you the difference between this JPEG and this what will be a different image, i.e. a PNG file. So what I'm going to do, and what they involve, is using things like this, masks, and there's several masks that you can use, or mask types. They're fairly standard throughout most photo editing programs. You can also use this and then create which is a path, and then create a mask from a path, but that's another thing that we can look at another time. But for this particular job, there's a lot of white area there, and I'm going to take advantage of that because I'm going to click on this magic wand, or fuzzy tool as it's called. It's sometimes called a magic wand, this. I'm going to click on the white area and it picks out all of the white. Now if you were to use some of these other tools, you could very carefully draw around the area that you want, but because it's this type of image, I am going to just use this fuzzy tool. What I can do now is click on my keyboard, press the delete button, and that gets rid of the background in that area of that JPEG. What I now want to do is come back to this layer section here and turn these layers off. So you've got that everything's complete. When you get these little checkers like that, that means it's a transparent background. Now we can go to the saving process, which it's not save as, it's not save, it's export as. I'm going to call it the eyes dot png. PNG is its file name type, and just to make sure that that's definitely the case, we can scroll up and down here and we can see lots of different file types, and there it is, PNG. Click on that. We'll go to export. Now I've already created that particular file type, so you won't get this when you do it, but I'll click replace. Now more often than not, when it comes up, it will have that clicked with a little tick mark there. You must get rid of that, switch it off by left clicking it, and then you're ready to export. We're going to bring those images back now by left clicking and making sure that those eyes are there. We don't need this copy anymore, so I'm going to drag it down, and we don't need, see this, it has a mask around it. We don't need the mask anymore, so we can go there to select and then none, and that gets rid of the mask. And now we're going to import the image that we've just created, and hopefully it'll work. So that's open as a layer. It's there where you've put it. I've already set it up there. You'll put it wherever you need to put your artwork. Make sure it's clicked on, and then open. So I'll go back to the move tool, and you'll see it goes up. It goes over it. I can bring the JPEG in front of it. I can push it back up to the top. I can open it again, bring another layer in, bring that one, put that one on top of it, and that's how you get your collaging. And you don't have to keep cutting them out all the time. Once you've got one done, it's done. No background, and that is exactly how it will come up on your image. So I hope that has helped you and not confused you, because it can be a bit confusing at first with some of these file types and what they do and what they don't do. But keep going with it, because there's lots of really great things you can do with these different file types. So this has been a short tutorial on PNG files and how to make them. So thanks for watching. Bye.